When he called me from the hotel lobby, there was music behind him, glasses clinking, laughter swelling in waves. He sounded buoyant. "I'm gonna splurge using your credit card," he said, like he was announcing a surprise vacation. "Everyone's here. Your in-laws are gonna love this." He always said, "your in-laws," not "my family," "yours," as if I had married into his world and never quite belonged. I was at home, sitting at the kitchen table with a cup of tea I hadn't touched. The house felt unusually calm. "That won't work," I said. He laughed. "Relax, it's just one night." "I know," I replied, and I did. This wasn't the first time he had tested a boundary. It had started in small ways, rounding up shared expenses in his favor, borrowing from our joint savings without mentioning it, insisting that money flows better when one person handles it. He liked the language of control, but softened it with charm. What he didn't realize was that I had stopped arguing months ago. Arguing hadn't worked. Numbers had. After the third unexplained charge on our account last year, I met with the bank alone. I didn't freeze everything. I didn't threaten divorce. I simply shifted the architecture. The platinum card he liked to flash at dinners became a secondary card linked to a monitored account. Large transactions required direct authorization from the primary holder, me, a quiet safeguard. No confrontation, just structure. He never noticed. He liked appearances more than statements. That night at the hotel, I imagined him standing in a tailored jacket, shaking hands, ordering champagne he hadn't paid for. I pictured the long table of relatives, his brother, his mother, the cousins who already thought I was too serious. I let the image sit. Then my phone buzzed. Not his number this time. The bank emissary. "Hale," the representative said calmly, "we're seeing an attempted charge exceeding the authorization limit on your platinum account. Can you confirm this purchase?" In the background of the call, I could hear faint commotion, a different tone now, less celebratory, more strained. I asked for the amount. The number was precise and absurd. "I'm not authorizing it," I said. The representative didn't react. "Understood. The transaction will be declined." That was it. No drama, no lecture, just a system doing what it was designed to do. A few minutes later, he called again. This time, there was no music. "They're saying the card's locked," he said, his voice thinner. "Can you fix it?" "I could," I answered. Silence around him. I heard low murmurs, a chair scraping, the polite but unmistakable tone of hotel management stepping in to explain policy. Authority doesn't need to shout to be felt. "Why would you do this?" he asked. "I didn't do anything tonight," I said carefully. "This was set up months ago." Another pause. "You didn't trust me." I thought about that, about all the small dismissals, the jokes about me being financially uptight, the way he'd roll his eyes when I asked for receipts. I adjusted, I said. The words seemed to land heavier than anger would have. There was movement on his end, a shift in posture I could almost hear. He wasn't yelling, he wasn't apologizing, he was recalculating. "They're asking for another form of payment," he said quietly. I imagined they would. He didn't say goodbye. The line just ended. I didn't rush to the hotel. I didn't call his mother to explain. The situation was public enough without my participation. When you remove yourself from the performance, people notice. Later that night, he came home earlier than planned. No after party, no triumphant storytelling. He didn't slam the door. He didn't accuse me. He walked into the living room and stood there like someone who had misplaced something important but couldn't name it. "They were all watching," he said, finally. I looked at him. "Yes," I said. He sat down across from me, not next to me. "You could have told me." "I could have," I agreed, but that would have required him to listen. In the days that followed, there was no dramatic showdown, no shattered plates, just a subtle reorganization of reality. I moved the rest of my income into an account under my own name alone. I updated passwords. I scheduled a meeting with a financial advisor, alone again. He noticed. Of course he did. "Are you planning something?" he asked one evening. "I'm planning stability," I replied. He didn't argue this time. The party had shown him something. Arguments never had. The limits of his reach. Power didn't flip in a cinematic moment. It settled into the room like new furniture, solid, unmovable. We still shared the house. We still spoke about practical things, but something foundational had shifted. Not because I embarrassed him, because I stopped cushioning him.
I wasn't interested in revenge. The hotel staff had been professional, the bank had been procedural, his family had seen exactly what happened without my commentary from me. That was enough. Weeks later, I found the platinum card in the drawer where he had tossed it. It looked the same, sleek, reflective, impressive, but it no longer symbolized access. It symbolized structure. And structure, I had learned, was quieter than anger and far more durable. There was no celebration, no declaration of independence, just a steadying. Detachment isn't loud, it's administrative.